And good evening, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverETuk UK, and there is more breaking news. I'm sure most of you have already heard. Charlie Kirk, unfortunately, has been shot dead in the USA following a Utah event at a college, and it's tragic, really tragic. I mean, no one should be just shot at a public event like this on stage in broad daylight. Well, not even on stage. I think he was sat in a canopy of some kind. I'll just take you there. He was sat in a gazebo type of setup, and was actually on the microphone, and yeah, he got shot in the neck. He's died. President Trump just declared it. Real reason why I'm suddenly bringing a video to you is because, and I can't help it, guys. I was just watching over what happened, taken back just like everyone else, and I've managed to find some Dragon UAP, which I want to show you. And I don't know if it's got any relevance. Maybe they were just there in the moment, just like they were at the Trump shooting. I don't know, but check this out, guys. So straight away up here, there's a dark object. Seems to appear there and just comes out of nowhere. It looks like it's quite far away back there, and then all of a sudden it's right here, you know. I feel like it was traveling quite fast and the camera just moves with it, which is why we get quite a bit of it on camera in that moment, because the camera's moving left with it. So anyway, like, I continue watching, and then that happens, and it's just a black flicker, guys. And this is typical Dragon UAP behavior. They just move so fast. And I look at this thing, and I speculate as to why it was there, just like at the Trump shooting. Look how fast it's moving, guys. The quality is not great because, you know, it's a news camera that's showing this. It's obviously, you know, the file, if it was someone's phone, the file's been put through their system and it's grainied out. Okay, so if you're watching this and you were taking this video, please send it in to me so we can get a clearer image. But to me, this looks like a UFO zipping across the sky really fast. The moment after he was shot. And to be honest, I've not even watched the rest of the report, guys. Okay, it stops there. So that's as far as I got, unfortunately. And that's what Trump says. And I'll read it now, in fact. Donald J. Trump, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and the family. Charlie, we love you. Wow. A shock in the US. And again, a UAP was present during a big event where someone was talking or speaking on stage and they got shot, and this time it was Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, buddy, and obviously condolences to the family. I'm sure everyone who watched Charlie at some stage during one of his events, either at a college or a university, I'm sure, you know, whether you loved him or hated him, I'm sure you wouldn't have wished this upon him. So rest in peace, Charlie, and condolences to the family. Alright, guys, so clearly a lot going on. A lot happened over the last 2 days. Okay, you had the US Congress. We've had NASA come out today, earlier on tonight, talking about life on Mars, and also had this shooting happen. So the news is completely filled with stuff to talk about. And again, I really hope that there was no meaning to this shooting. I hope this isn't a war that started within the US, and I hope this is the last. But who knows, guys? Who knows? We'll try and keep you up to date. Please like and subscribe. As always, UndercoverETuk UK. Thank you so much. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Really like your answer. You get a hat. We'll be signing hats as well. And God bless you guys. We're going to have a great time. Thank you. Okay, hello. Yes.
Hello. My name is Yardo. I have a small YouTube channel. I'm a political commentator as well, much smaller than you are. I just wanted to thank everybody at Turning Point USA, USD for having this debate. And also, I would thank the Turning Point USA, San Diego State, because they gave a voice to one of my dear friends who was a victim at the October 7th Nova Music Festival, and his name is Muzai. I really appreciate that you guys did that, and you have my sincere gratitude. I'd also like to quickly state that this is a message for the far left first, and then we'll get into what I highly disagree with you about. But I just read Hassan Piker's New York Times article where he claims that he did not stifle free speech in his chat. I do not believe that's true because I was banned multiple times for having a simple disagreement with him. That is one thing on the right that you guys do far better, is not creating echo chambers, and this is a complete amazing thing that you guys are doing right now. And I just want to let you know, right now, Hassan Piker, I will donate $5,000 to Palestine if you debate me. Now, and I 100% mean that, and I will make sure that that is as public as possible. My question for you, Charlie, is I just want to make it clear. I am against affirmative action. Of course, I do not believe, as a disabled person myself, I do not believe that affirmative action is the entirety of what DEI entails. That being said, I would be fine with DEI gotten rid of if it meant a true meritocracy in the United States. But why would I trust Donald Trump to create a meritocracy when he himself has appointed the least accomplished and the least, essentially, yeah, perfect word, the least accomplished cabinet in U.S. history, at least in my opinion. If you disagree, I can explain why I feel that way.
Well, first of all, one thing doesn't have to do with the other, but I'm going to reject the premise that it's the least qualified cabinet ever, so we could talk about that. But even if it was just Donald Trump picking his family members, it has nothing to do with the merits of DEI or getting rid of DEI, right? So that's a red herring. They actually have nothing one to do with the other. One's a repeal of a policy. One is your critique of a cabinet. So which one would you rather debate? Would you rather debate DEI and all of its implications or Trump's cabinet? It seems like you have more problems with Trump's cabinet because we actually might be on the same side of meritocracy. So want to talk about the cabinet? Whichever you prefer.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Right.
I personally don't see it as a red herring, but we can talk about that.
Well,
sure.
yeah, one doesn't have anything to do with the other, right? I mean, you can personally have hypocrisy in your own life and still do really good things in policy, right? It doesn't necessarily equate, right?
Well, I mean, in the way that I see it is that when a lot of people talk about, like when they're talking about their choice to vote for Kamala or Trump instead of Kamala, they talk about the personal aspects of Donald Trump that make them want to trust him, right? A lot of people trust him. You can see the way that people look. I mean, everybody's wearing the MAGA hats. People trust him. Why would I trust him?
Okay. So yeah, that is your contention. So
yeah.
What about his cabinet is unqualified? Let me just ask you a couple examples. So, I mean, Scott Bessent, who's one of the most accomplished bond salesmen and individuals in the hedge fund space ever, right? That's not unqualified. Pete Hegseth, who's actually a frontline warfighter, unlike Lloyd Austin, who never fought a war in his life, right? We have Kristi Noem, who was an accomplished congresswoman and governor from a major state running Department of Homeland Security. You have Howard Lutnick, who's a very famous and well-known financial mind and titan from Wall Street running Cantor Fitzgerald. Marco Rubio.
Amazon brings the UEFA Champions League.
Who was a very well-respected U.S. Senator on Foreign Affairs, who's now doing a great job. Who was a very well Wall Street running Cantor Fitzgerald. Marco Rubio, who was a very well-respected U.S. Senator on Foreign Affairs, who's now doing a great job as Secretary of State. So build out your argument why you think this cabinet is unqualified. Seems to me very, very qualified, actually, across the board.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with, I mean, this is the most obvious one, and I have many other examples that I'd like to get into, but Pete Hegseth, you mentioned, I think that is kind of, I don't really understand why you would mention somebody that leaked war chats to a liberal journalist. To me, that doesn't seem like the kind of person that I would want to be.
Well, hold on, time out. He did not leak it. First of all,
he added the person.
The person
to
who
chat.
actually is responsible was just removed as National Security Advisor today.
Oh, you mean the person who was the fall guy for Pete Hegseth's problem?
No, he added somebody without his knowledge. But fine.
Okay, so why wouldn't he see him? Why wouldn't he see the person who's in the chat before talking about war policy?
So, time out. Just so we're clear, I'm sure you've been added to group chats with 30 or 40 people sometimes, and you enter in with trust that every acronym is actually a government official. Obviously, that will not happen again. Just so we're clear, Signal was an approved chat by the Biden administration. It's an approved secure channel by
I'm not talking shit on Signal.
However, time out. Let me ask a question about Pete Hegseth. Would you rather have a warfighter or a bureaucrat run the United States military?
I would rather have somebody that doesn't have a history of alcoholism. I'd rather have somebody that, I mean, realistically.
Wow. So do you think how about Mark Milley and Lloyd Austin? Were they better at running the U.S. military than Pete Hegseth?
I mean, I think you're going to probably start talking about how there's higher enlistment numbers.
Yeah,
under
not only
Pete
that.
Hegseth.
So recruitment in the military is up majorly. Thank you, Pete Hegseth. He's doing a pretty good job. Number 2, procurement. We're saving money. Estimates are that we'll save hundreds of billions of dollars in efficiency. War games are up. The amount of war games we're doing in the Southeast Pacific has increased by 30%. This is a military town here in San Diego.